Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is November 26th, 2025. This is the Thanksgiving extravaganza show. College football, NFL, college basketball, NBA, NHL, soccer, on this day, news and notes, and best bet, and Fab 5. We'll begin with college football. We had one game last night. We'll recap that result, and then we will look ahead to the weekend and such. So last night was a MAC game. It might have been two. Wait, there was two games. Bowling Green over UMass 45-14 and Western Michigan over Eastern Michigan 31-21. All right, tomorrow night, 7:30, ESPN, Navy Memphis. And I'm giving you guys a heads up right now. A handful of Saturday games. I did not do totals. I didn't have time to do them, so I apologize for that in advance. So my line is Memphis 1.5, total 59.5. And it is going to FanDuel right now. 4.5 and 57.5. I'm gonna take Navy in the points. All right, Friday, 12 o'clock, ABC, Egg Bowl, number 7 Ole Miss, Mississippi State. Possibly Lane Kiffin's last game with Ole Miss. If not, it could have happened already. Mine's Ole Miss by 12, total 58 and 13-20. It's a 7.5, 62.5. I think the Lane Kiffin thing is factoring into the line, believe it or not. But I'm going to lay it. They're just better than Mississippi State. ESPN, number 13, Utah against Kansas. My line's Utah by 9, total 57 and 4/5. It's 11.5, 59.5. I'll take the Jayhawks in the points. Iowa, Nebraska, CBS. My line's Nebraska by 3, total 47.5. Iowa's 5.5, total 39.5. Whoa, baby. What do I do here? I gotta take Nebraska plus 5 and hook and plus 184 outright. That's crazy. Ohio, Buffalo, ESPNU. My line's Ohio by 3, total 48 and 17/20, and it is 6.5, 44.5. I'm gonna take the over. Kent State, Northern Illinois, Pick'em in 46.5. By the way, CBS Sports Network. Northern Illinois 5.5, total 45.5. Give me Kent State plus the points. Fox Sports 1, 3 o'clock, Air Force, Colorado State. I pick them 54 in the 10th. And it is 2.5, 46.5. 2.5 in favor of Air Force. I'm taking the over. On ABC, number 4, Georgia, and number 23, Georgia Tech at 3:30. My line is pick them at 56 and a 10th. And it is 13.5 and 59.5. I'm taking Georgia Tech in the points. San Diego State, New Mexico, CBS Sports Network. I pick them 44 in the 5th. And it's 1.5 in favor of San Diego State. Total's 41.5. Over. Temple, North Texas on ESPN. My line's North Texas by 18. Total 63 in the 20th. And it is 19.5 and 65.5 under. Boise State, Utah State, CBS at 4 o'clock. I've picked them in 57 and 3/4. And it's Boise State 2.5, total 55.5. I gotta take Utah State plus the 2 and a hook. Number 2, Indiana against Purdue. I have Indiana by 24, total 52 and 7/20, and it is. And by the way, that game is 7:30 NBC Peacock, and it is 28.5, 54.5. I'll take Purdue in the points. I think this is a look ahead spot, but Indiana still wins. On ABC, number 3, Texas A&M, number 6, Texas. Or 16 Texas, I have A&M by 6, total 54 and 7/10. And it's 2.5 and 52.5. I'm going to lay it with Texas A&M. At 9 o'clock on Fox, number 25, Arizona, number 20, Arizona State. I have State by 3, total 51 and 2/5. And it's Zona 1.5, total 47.5. I think it's crazy how much favoritism Zona gets. I'm going to take Zona State plus 1.5 and minus 1-2 outright. So this is kind of a pick 'em. All right, Saturday, 12 o'clock on Fox. Number 1, Ohio State. Number 15, Michigan. My line is Ohio State by 3, total 46 and 7/20. This is a great game. And it is, sorry, something caught me off guard. 10.5 and 43.5. I'll take Michigan in the points yet again. Number 5, Texas Tech, West Virginia on ESPN. I have Texas Tech by 15, total 53 9/10. And it is 23.5, 53.5. I'll take the Mountaineers getting the points. Number 12, Miami. Number 22, Pitt on ABC. My line is Pick'em in 54 3/4. And it's Miami 6.5, total 49.5. You guys know where I'm going. Eat shit, Pitt, as people in Morgantown would say. But I'm going to say no to that for that week. I'm going to take Pitt plus 6.5. Houston, Baylor, TNT. My line is Houston 6, total 57 1/10, and it's Baylor 2.5, total 59.5. Wow. Houston plus 2.5, plus 114 outright. Kentucky, Louisville on ACC Network. My line is Louisville by 9, total 51 1/5, and it is 2.5 and 45.5. Oh, I love Louisville minus the points. But I might have to bet the over. 45.5 is low. Yeah, 6.5 difference for the points. Oh, yeah, Louisville's the pick. Clemson, South Carolina on SEC Network. My line's Clemson by 3, total 47 7/20, and it is South Carolina by 2.5, total 46.5. I'll take Clemson plus 2.5, plus 118 outright. Colorado, Kansas State, Fox Sports 1. My line's Kansas State by 9, total 55 3/20. It's 17.5, 49.5. I'm taking the Buffaloes. The cover. ESPNU, Iowa State, Oklahoma State. I have Iowa State by 15, total 48 17/20. 14.5, 46.5 over. East Carolina, FAU. My line's East Carolina by 9, total 61 3/20. And it is 6.5, 65.5 under. Toledo, Central Michigan. I have Toledo by 3, total 47. Or Central Michigan by 3, my bad. And it is Toledo 10.5. That's crazy. Total 44.5. Give me Central Michigan plus 10.5 and plus 320 outright. All right, at this point forward, I did not do totals. So CBS Sports Network, Ball State, Miami of Ohio. I have Miami of Ohio by 9, and it is 17.41. I'll take Ball State in the points. UCF number 11, BYU on ESPN2 at 1 o'clock. I have BYU by 18. And it is 17.5, 47.5 over. UTEP, Delaware. I have Delaware by 12. 4.5, 55.5. Laying the points. FIU, Sam Houston. FIU by 9. 10.5, 51.5 over. Georgia Southern, Marshall 130. I have Marshall by 3. 8.5, 64.5. Southern the points. Western Kentucky, Jacksonville State 2 o'clock. I have Pick'em. West Kentucky 2.5, total 55.5. I'll take Jayville State in the points. And their outrights plus 118. La Tech, Missouri State. I have Mizzou State by 6. It's 2.5, 48.5. I'll lay the points. Georgia State, Old Dominion. I have Old Dominion by a whopping 24. It's 27.5, 58.5. I'll take Georgia State in the points. Arkansas State, App State 230. I have App State by 3. It's 2.5 and 54.5. I'll take the over. BC, Syracuse 3 o'clock on the C-Dub. My line Syracuse by 9. And Boston College is 3.5. Totals what 52.5. I'll take Syracuse plus 3.5 and plus 130 outright. Middle Tennessee, New Mexico State. I have New Mexico State by 9. It's 4.5, 52.5. I'll lay the points. Yale Monroe, Louisiana. I have Louisiana by 9. And it is 9.5 and 48.5. I'll take the over. South Alabama, Texas State. I have Texas State by 6. And it's 8.5 and 62.5. I like South Alabama in the points. UAB, Tulsa. My line's Tulsa by 6. It's 8.5, 58.5. I'll take UAB in the points. All right, 3:30, CBS, number 6, Oregon and Washington. I have Oregon by 3. And it is 6.5 and 50.5. I'm taking Washington in the points. You guys knew that. ABC, LSU, number 8, Oklahoma. I have Oklahoma by 9. It's 10.5, 36.5. Oh my God, why is that so low? I love the over. Oh my God. That is so low. ESPN, number 14, Vanderbilt, number 19, Tennessee. Great game. I pick 'em. And it's Tennessee 2.5 total, 65.5. I'll take Vandy plus 2.5. I just think that's a close game. Number 22, Missouri. I'm sorry, Missouri's not ranked anymore. What am I saying? Missouri, Arkansas, SEC Network. Mine's Missouri by 12. It's 2.5, 55.5. I'll lay the points. Wisconsin, Minnesota, Fox Sports 1. I have Minnesota by 9. It's Wisconsin 1.5 total, 37.5. Minnesota's just undervalued in my mind. I'll take them plus 1.5 and even money outright. Penn State, Rutgers. I have Rutgers by 3. It's Penn State 13.5 total, 55.5. I'm taking Rutgers plus 13.5. Wake, Duke, ACC Network. I have Wake by 3. It's 1.5 and 55.5. I'll take the over. Cincinnati, TCU. I have TCU by 3. This is what I was so confused because that game was listed at 11 o'clock on FanDuel, but it's a 3:30 game. 3.5, 57.5. I'll take the under. I think that's a little rich. Kennesaw, Liberty, CBS Sports Network. I have Liberty by... Kennesaw State by 9. Liberty's going to be favored. Because Liberty is overrated in the market. No, Kennesaw 2.5 total, 55.5. I'll lay it with Kennesaw. Troy, Southern Miss. I have Southern Miss by 3. And it is 6.5, 50.5. I'll take Troy in the points. Army, UTSA. I have UTSA by 4.5. And it is 7.5, 51.5. I'll take Army in the points. 3:45 ESPNU, JMU, Coastal Carolina. I have JMU by 9. It's 21.5, 53.5. I'll take Coastal in the points. Florida State, Florida, 4:30 ESPN2. My line's State by 3. It's Florida 1.5 total, 50.5. I'm taking State plus 1.5 and even money outright. They need to win to get a bowl. 6:30 C-Dub, Oregon State, Wazoo. I have Wazoo by 12. It's 13.5, 43.5. I'll take the over gladly. All right, on the home stretch, 7 o'clock, ESPN. Virginia Tech, number 18, Virginia. I have Virginia by 21. And it is 9.5, 52.5. Oh, my God, I love Virginia. I think that line's low because of James Franklin, to be honest with you. Fox Sports on Maryland, Michigan State. I have Pick'em. It's Michigan State 3.5, total 48.5. I'll take Maryland 3 and a hook. Rice, South Florida. South Florida by 9. 27.5 is the number. That's too big. Total 59.5. I'll take Rice in the points. All right. Number 10, Alabama. Auburn. 7:30. ABC. Iron Bowl. My line. Alabama by 9. And it's 5.5. Total 46.5. I'm landing with Bama. Roll Tide, baby. They should not be that low of a spread. NBC. UCLA number 17. USC. I have SC by 18. And SC... Where is that game? That's listed for 4:30. 21.5, total 59.5. I'm taking UCLA to cover. Northwestern Illinois on Fox. My line's Illinois by 6. And 6.5, 44.5. I'll take the over. Charlotte and number 24 Tulane, ESPNU. My line's Tulane 27. It's 29.5 and 52.5. I'll take Charlotte to cover. North Carolina, NC State, ACC Network. My line's NC State by 9. It's 7.5, 47.5. I'll take the over. SMU, number 21 SMU against Cal. 8 o'clock ESPN2. My line's SMU by 3. It's 13.5, 53.5. I don't know why Cal fired its coach. I thought that was weird. Maybe they thought he was getting another job. I'm taking Cal getting the 13.5. That's a lot of points for Cal. Cal's not bad. 9 o'clock CBS Sports Network, UNLV, Nevada. I have UNLV by 12. It's 7.5, 53.5. I'll lay with UNLV. 10:30 ESPN, number 9 Notre Dame, Stanford. I have Notre Dame by 12. And it is 32.5, 49.5. I'll take Stanford to cover. I think that's a letdown spot for Notre Dame after putting up 70 against Syracuse. Fox Sports 1, Fresno State, San Jose State. I have Fresno State by 9. It's 3.5, 45.5. I'll lay it. And then last but not least, 11 o'clock, Wyoming, Hawaii. I have Hawaii by 12. And it's 8.5 and 45.5. I'll lay it with Hawaii. Okay, now we'll move on to the NFL. Thanksgiving Day is always fun every year. You have the Lions and the Cowboys hosting games. You have Post Malone doing halftime show for the Cowboy game. I think Morgan Wallen's going to show up and sing If I Had Some Help. That's just a random prediction for you guys. So, without further ado, here we go. All right, first up, 1 o'clock on Fox. They changed it from 12:30 to 1 o'clock, which is different. Packers-Lions from Detroit. My line is Lions by 2, total 47. Lions have a lot of injuries coming off that weird Giants game, Green Bay. Don't know what to make of them. Lions are 2.5, totals 48.5. Yikes. Slight under for the pick. 4:30 CBS, Chiefs Cowboys. Mine's Cowboys 2.5, total 50 and 11/20, and it's Chiefs 3.5, total 52.5. We're gonna be saying how about them Cowboys after this one. I'm taking them getting 3 and a hook. They're plus 150 outright. We're doing it. 8:20 NBC, Bengals Ravens. Mine's Ravens by 7, total 51 and 19/20 with the return of Joe Burrow. And it's 7 and 51.5. The only line I was off on projection-wise is Chiefs Cowboys because the Chiefs got extra points because of Patrick Mahomes and Taylor Swift, and they were in the Super Bowl the last 3 years. So 7 and 51.5 is the slight over. Black Friday, Bears Eagles. On Prime Video. My line is Eagles by 5, total 48.25, and it's 7 and 44.5. I love the over in this game. That is way too. I know the Eagles offense is vanilla, but what else is vanilla? The Bears defense. All right, Sunday is going to be very fun. 1 o'clock, CBS, Niners Browns. My line, Niners by 3, total 42 and 3/20. And it's 5.5, 36.5. I love the Browns getting the points, but for the podcast, I have to go with the over. Also on CBS, Jags Titans. My line's Jags 9.5, total 44 and 17/20, and it is 6.5 and 41.5. Going with another over. Texans Colts on CBS. My line's Colts 5.5, total 45 and a fifth. And it is 4.5 and 44.5. Ooh, that's way slightly in Colts, but that won't be in Fab 5, I promise. On Fox, Saints Dolphins. My line is the Dolphins by 5, total 42 and 9/20. And it's 5.5 and 42.5. God, this is getting me. Slightly in Saints. That won't be in Fab 5 either. Also on Fox, Falcons Jets. Mine's the Jets by 1, total 44 and 3/4. And it's Falcons 2.5, total 39.5. Just because Kirk Cousins looked good one week doesn't mean that they should be favored. I do like the Jets outright. But the play here has to be the over because, like I said, 2 vanilla defenses, and I don't mind Tyrod Taylor. That total's way too low in that Jets game. Cardinals Bucks on Fox. Mine's Bucks by 14, total 48 and 3/4. And it is 2. Oh wait, Baker might. Oh, I forgot Baker Mayfield might be out. I forgot all about that. He could still play. But without Baker Mayfield, oh, I was so excited to possibly laying a little bit more with the Bucks. So no Mayfield, I have by 8. I will still lay it regardless of who's quarterback. Oh. But again, it's Jacoby Brissett. Brissett, Teddy Bridgewater is kind of a wash. And it comes down to rosters at that point, you would think. Also on Fox, Rams Panthers. My line is the Rams 3.5 total 42 and a quarter. And it's 10.5, 45.5. I don't understand that at all. I love the Panthers getting 10 to hook. Love it. The Rams, they got that number because they beat the Bucks. Wait, is Bryce Young hurt? Why is that line so high? It looks like he's playing. I don't know why that line's that high. All right, 4 o'clock window. Fox, Vikings, Seahawks. My line, Seahawks 9.5 total 46 and 2 fits. And it's 11.5 and 41.5. Over. Seahawks defense injuries. I think the Vikings can score a little bit. Jim Nantz and Tony Romo special. Bills, Steelers. They have a great double dip. They're in Dallas and Pittsburgh. My line, Steelers 1.5 total 50, and it's Bills 3.5 total 46.5. You guys know where I'm going. Rah rah, Mike Tomlin time. Give me Pittsburgh plus 3.5 and plus 152 to win outright. Raiders Chargers. My line is the Chargers 12.5 total 42 and a 10th, and it's 9.5 and 41.5. I'm gonna lay the 9.5 with the Chargers. And Sunday Night Football, 8 o'clock on NBC, or 8:20, I should say, Broncos, Commanders. My line is Broncos 10 without Jaden Daniels. And with Jaden Daniels, I have it 4. Total 44 and 13-20. It's 5.5, 43.5. Right now I'm going to lay it with Denver. If Daniels plays, the pick gets switched. It looks like it's going up to 6, but I'll lay 6 with Denver. But if Daniels plays, that pick gets switched. Now I'm going to recap the college basketball from yesterday and look ahead to today. Sunshine Slam consolation game, Stony Brook over Bethune 61-54. ESPN events, Towson over Liberty 72-69. Fort Myers tip-off number 11, Michigan State over East Carolina 89-56. Players era, Notre Dame over Rutgers 68-63. Sunshine Slam championship, Ocean Division, Pacific over Jacksonville 68-53. Jacksonville Classic Delaware over UNC Greensboro 73-60. Acrisure Holiday, Tulsa over San Jose State 81-51. Players era number 15, Iowa State over Creighton 78-60. FDU, East Texas A&M over Army 84-67. Maui number 23, NC State over Boise 81-70. ESPN events, Rhode Island over Vermont 80-65. Cancun, Sanford over Georgia State 78-63. Players era, Kansas over Syracuse 71-60. Jacksonville Classic, UAB over UTEP 75-59. Acrisure, Northern Iowa over Loyola Chicago 72-51. Players era, number 14, St. John's over Baylor 96-81. Coconut Hoops, Oral Roberts over Kennesaw State 91-83. Sunshine Slam, Loyola Marymount over Ohio 70-58. ESPN events, UC San Diego over Bradley 87-77. Cayman Islands, McNeese over Middle Tennessee 72-62. Maui, USC over Seton Hall 83-81. Players era, number 17, Tennessee over number 3, Houston 76-73. Fort Myers, number 16, North Carolina over St. Bonaventure 85-70. Cancun, Utah Valley over South Dakota State 75-52. Drexel over Morgan State 71-66. Tennessee State over UNC Asheville 75-73. Jacksonville Classic, William & Mary over Abilene Christian 92-58. Acrisure Cal Baptist over San Diego 76-61. Ohio State over Mount St. Mary's 113-60. JMU over Omaha 88-77. So best bet 1. SC Upstate over NC Central 86-67. Penn State over BU 96-87. Florida State over Bakersfield 89-59. Villanova over Old Dominion 89-75. Wright State over Stetson 79-62. Coconut Hoops, Gulf Coast over Rice 78-63 in OT. Bellarmine over Houston Christian 74-69. Hampton over Maryland Eastern 74-68. Purdue Fort Wayne over Chicago State 90-77. Skyscanner, UCF over Quinnipiac 102.91. Wake over Campbell 99.51. Marist over Lehigh 78.55. Cobb State over Rider 68.65. Sunshine Sand Beach Division Championship, George Mason over FAU 74.65. Central Arkansas over Eastern Illinois 81.60. Cayman Islands, Murray State over George Washington 96.95. ESPN events, Temple over Princeton 79.75. Number 25 Indiana over Kansas State 86.69. Texas A&M over Miss Valley State 120.84. Southeast Missouri over Cal Poly 84.68. Missouri over SC State 98.66. North Texas over Eastern Washington 79.71 in OT. OSP over Northern Illinois 77.59. Maui, Arizona State over Wazoo 194. Players 0 number 7 Michigan over number 21 Auburn 102.72. Winthrop over Nebraska. Nebraska over Winthrop 80.73. Cancun, New Mexico State over UC Irvine 57.45. Jacksonville, UTSA over Georgia Southern 77.64. Oakland over Montana 95.87. Portland State over Utah Tech 68.63. Player 0 number 12 Gonzaga over Maryland 161. Acrisure, Iowa over Ole Miss 74.69. Empire Classic California Racing UCLA 80.72. Player 0 San Diego State over Oregon 97.80. Maui, Texas over Chaminade 119.78. Player 0 number 18 Alabama over UNLV 115.76. And Acrisure Grand Canyon over Utah 68.58. All right, now we look ahead to today's games. 11 o'clock, Coconut Hoops consolation game, Troy and St. Francis. My line is Troy by 23.5. And Troy 21.5 to 151.5. I'm gonna lay it with Troy. Fort Myers tip off. VMI Bowling Green. My line's Bowling Green 2.5. It's 11.5, 149.5. I will take VMI in the point. 12 o'clock ESPN. Battle for Atlantis number 24 Vandy and Western Kentucky. Mine's Vandy 20. And 17.5, 168.5. I'll lay it. ESPN events, ESPN 2. Towson, UC San Diego. My line is Towson 5.5. And it's San Diego 1.5 to 137.5. Give me Towson plus 1.5 and plus 116 outright. UMass Lowell and Stonehill. My line is Stonehill 4.5. And it's 2.5 and 148.5. I'm going to lay 2.5 with Stonehill. 1 o'clock TNT, player 0, Syracuse at number 15, Iowa State. Mine's Iowa State 3.5, and it's 10.5, 146.5. I'll take Syracuse to cover. New Orleans number 20, Texas Tech. Mine's Tech by a whopping 54. It's 28.5, 155.5. I'll lay it. Brown, New Hampshire. My line is Brown by 7. 5.5, 137.5. I'll take the over. 130 Coconut Hoops. Royal Palm Division Championship, Toledo Belmont. From Fort Myers, my line is Belmont 3. It's 4.5, 162.5. I'll take the under. Fort Myers tip off. Buffalo Bucknell. From Suncoast Credit, my line is Buffalo 8. And it's 4.5, 146.5. I'll lay with Buffalo. 2 o'clock, Loyola Chicago, San Jose State. Acrisure consolation game. My line is San Jose State by 5. And it is 1.5, 138.5. I'll lay it. UT Greensboro, Miami of Ohio. My line is Miami of Ohio by 27.5. And it's 10.5, 151.5. I'll lay it. Omaha FIU. My line is Omaha by 5. And it is FIU 4.5 to the 160.5. Give me Omaha plus 4.5 and plus 184 straight up. App State Mercer. My line is Mercer 6 and it's 6.5, 142.5. I'll take the over. UIC Robert Morris. My line's Robert Morris as a 16-point dog. and it is 1.5, 149.5. I'll lay the 1.5 with UIC. Wofford, Northern Kentucky, my line's Northern Kentucky 8.5, and it is 3.5, 151.5. I'll lay it. Army Fairleigh Dickinson, my line's Dickinson by 7, and it is 3.5 and 152.5. I'll lay the 3.5 for Fairleigh Dickinson. 2:30 ESPN Maui, the championship, USC and Arizona State. Mine's USC 4.5. Great game, by the way, and it's 5.5, 163.5. I'll take the over, even though it's that high of a total. ESPN U, ESPN Events, Liberty Bradley. Mine's Liberty 9.5. It's 5.5, 148.5. LA with Liberty. ESPN 2, VCU, South Florida Battle for Atlantis. I have Pick'em. It's VCU 1.5 to 173.5. That's way too high of a number. I like the under. 3 o'clock. North Dakota State, Jacksonville State. My line is North Dakota State by 1.5. And it is let's see here. 3.5, 141.5. I'm going to take Jacksonville State getting the points. Southern Indiana, Valparaiso. Valpo by 5.5, and it's 9.5, 150.5. I'll take Southern Indiana getting the points. Cancun Challenge, Georgia State, New Mexico State. Mine's New Mexico State by 26, and it's 12.5 and 135.5. I will lay the points, and then 3:30 TNT Players Era from MGM Grand Garden. Notre Dame number 3 Houston. My line's Houston by 12, and it is 11.5 and 132.5. I'll gladly take the over. Okay, 7 o'clock TNT Kansas number 17 Tennessee. It's the Players Era 3rd place game. My line is Tennessee by 8, and Tennessee is giving 5.5 total, 139.5. It would have been 6 if Darren Peterson was playing, but I'm going to lay 5.5 with Tennessee because of no Darren Peterson. SEC New York, Tennessee Tech number 19 Kentucky. Mine's Kentucky 39.5, and Kentucky is giving 37.5. Totals 157.5. I'll lay it. Houston Christian Citadel. My line is the Citadel by 14.5, and it's 1.5, 137.5. I'll lay the points with the Citadel. CBS Sports Network, Pepperdine, Fresno from Acrisure or Palm Springs. My line is Fresno 9. And Fresno is how come I can't find this game? There it is. 1.5 total, 149.5. I'll lay it with Fresno. Southeast Louisiana, UNC Wilmington. My line is Wilmington by 23. And it is 10.5, 138.5. I'll lay it with Wilmington. Kennesaw State, Florida Gulf Coast. That is the I forget what series it is. Coconut Hoops. My line is Kennesaw by 11.5. And it is Florida Gulf Coast 1.5 total 159.5. That's home field, home court factored in. I'm taking Kennesaw plus 1.5 and minus 105. Eastern Michigan, Cincinnati. I have Cincinnati by 31. And it is 22.5 total 145.5. I'll lay it. Columbia Fairfield. My line is Fairfield by 0.5, and it's Columbia 3.5 total 159.5. I'll take Fairfield plus the points and plus 128 to win. Rhode Island Temple. ESPNU. That's ESPN Events. My line's Temple 2.5. And it's Rhode Island 3.5 total 159.5. Give me Temple plus the points and plus 142 outright. Indiana State, Louisiana Tech. My line is La Tech by 8. It's 2.5, 142.5. I'll lay it with La Tech. Battle for Atlantis, St. Mary's, Wichita State on ESPN2. So battle of a former darling and a perennial WCC contender. My line is Wichita Or I'm sorry, this is wrong. It should be St. Mary's by 13. And it's 9.5, 138.5. Give me St. Mary's minus the 9.5. I don't know why I had Wichita listed as a favorite. That was an accident. Next up, Michelob Ultra Arena, number 14 St. John's, number 21 Auburn Player 0 on True TV. Mine's St. John's 8.5, and it's 4.5, 167.5 LA with St. John's. Southern Illinois, Memphis. My line is Memphis 9.5. It's 10.5, 156.5. I'll take the over. Southeast Missouri State, Northern Arizona. My line's Southeast Missouri State by 7. And it's Northern Arizona 2.5 to 153.5. I'll take Southeast Missouri plus 2.5 and plus 122 to win. South Dakota State, UC Irvine 8:30 Cancun Challenge. I have Pick'em. And it's UC Irvine 2.5 to 142.5. Give me South Dakota State plus 2.5. Denver, Wyoming. My line is Wyoming by 13. It's 8.5, 152.5. I'll lay it. NJIT, Louisville, 9 o'clock ACC Network. Mine's Louisville 54.5. It's 44.5, 158.5. I'll lay it with Louisville. Alabama State, New Mexico. Mine's New Mexico 37.5. 18.5, 147.5. I'll lay it. Cal State, Northridge, Idaho, Holiday Hoops. My line's Idaho by 7. It's 1.5, 160.5. I'll lay it. These totals are very high. 9:30 TNT, Players Era Championship. Number 12 Gonzaga. Number 7 Michigan. My line's Michigan 4.5. And it's Gonzaga 1.5 to 165.5. Give me Michigan plus 1.5 and plus 110 outright. Good opportunity for Dusty May to get a good win. ESPN 2, number 23, NC State. Texas, 5th place game. My line's Texas as a 12-point dog. NC State's giving me 2.5 totals. 160.5. I'll lay it with NC State. Acrisure Classic Championship game. Iowa Grand Canyon. My line's Iowa 8.5. And that's exactly what it is. Totals 140.5. I'll take the over. Long Beach State, Portland at 10. My line's Portland 19.5. It's 5.5, 149.5. I'll lay it. Baylor, San Diego State, 10:30 True TV Players Era. My line is San Diego State by 8. And it's Baylor 2.5 total 149.5. Give me San Diego State plus 2.5 and plus 118 outright. Line 59 TNT Players Era. Maryland, number 8 Alabama. Mine's Bama by 22. It's 12.5, 165.5. I'll lay it. Boise State Chaminade, the Maui Invitational 7th place game. And then at midnight, Acrisure Classic Consolation game, Utah Ole Miss. Mine's Ole Miss 13.5. It's 11.5 and 145.5. I'm going to lay 11.5 with Ole Miss. All right, Thanksgiving. More games than expected, normally, because usually Thanksgiving's loaded. All right, Battle for Atlantis, 3rd place game, TBD, 10:30 ESPN 2. Oh, wait. No. Oh my God, why does it keep doing that? That Battle for Atlantis 3rd place game is on Friday. What is this thing doing? Here we go. 11 o'clock ESPN 2, ESPN Events, Richmond Furman. 12 o'clock ESPN, Battle for Atlantis, number 24 Vandy, VCU. Fox Sports 1, Fort Myers, St. Bonaventure, East Carolina. 1:30 ESPN 2, ESPN Events, Charlotte, Illinois State. 2 o'clock True TV, Players Era, Oregon, Creighton. CBS Sports Network, Acrisure Holiday, San Francisco, Colorado. 2:30 ESPN, Battle for Atlantis. 3 o'clock Fox Sports 1, Rady Children's Invitational, TCU, number 10 Florida. 4:30 on Fox, number 16 North Carolina, number 11 Michigan State from Fort Myers. True TV, UNLV, Rutgers, Players Era. Acrisure, CBS Sports Network, Washington, Nevada. 5 o'clock ESPN, ESPN Events, number 9 BYU, Miami. That's actually not a bad one. 5:30 ESPN 2, West Kentucky, South Florida. That's Battle for Atlantis. Fox Sports 1, Raddy's Children's, Wisconsin, Providence. 7 o'clock CBS Sports Network, Acrisure, St. Clara, St. Louis. ESPN 2, 7:30, ESPN Events, Georgetown, Dayton. 8 o'clock CBS, number 4 Duke, number 22 Arkansas. So it's Calipari against Duke. That's the Thanksgiving Classic. ESPN U, Battle for Atlantis, TBD. 9:30 CBS Sports Network, Acrisure, Stanford, Minnesota. And then 10:30 Big Ten Network, CBS Sports, Thanksgiving Classic, Oklahoma State and Northwestern. All right, Friday. So 10:30 ESPN 2, Battle for Atlantis 3rd place game. 12 o'clock Big Ten Network, Eastern Illinois, number 1 Purdue. 12 o'clock Southeast Louisiana, Gardner Webb. ACC Extra, Northeastern Wake. 12:30 on Fox. Number 5 UConn, number 13 Illinois. ESPN events, 1 o'clock ESPN2, Val for Lance Championship, 1 o'clock Capital Thanksgiving Classic, Siena Longwood, 2 o'clock Acrisure Consolation Game, Indiana State, Alcorn State, Cleveland State, Missouri, Texas State, Seattle, and Resorts World Classic, Urban Bennett Invitational, Southern Utah, Robert Morris, 2 o'clock on NBC, Bad Boy Mowers in Chicago, Oklahoma Marquette, Lafayette Classic, Ball State, Monmouth, Cathedral Classic, Hofstra, LaSalle, Wright State, Butler, 3 o'clock on Fox's, Radius Children's Consolation, ESPN2 is ESPN Events, North Dakota State, Arkansas State, also at 3, Nichols Tulane, Chicago State, Youngstown State, Navy, UNC Wilmington, 4 o'clock, Capital Thanksgiving Classic, Maine American, NJT Eastern Michigan, NCAT Davidson, Charleston Southern South Carolina, Queens Virginia, ESPNU, Battle for Land's 5th place game, 4:30, also Acrisure Championship, Resort World Classic, Lehigh, Santa Barbara, Lafayette Classic, Lemoyne, Lafayette, Cathedral Classic, Merrimack, Penn, 5 o'clock, Texas A&M, Florida State on ESPN2, on Fox at 5:30, Radies Championship, A&M Corpus Christi Xavier, 6:30, Battle for Atlanta, 7th place game, Holiday Hoops, Cal State, Northridge, Idaho State, 7 o'clock, ESPN Events, Acrisure Championship, 7 o'clock, ACC Extra, Alabama A&M, Clemson, CBS Sports Network, Emerald Coast Classic, Georgia Tech, DePaul, SMU, Mississippi State, on ESPN, Ohio State, Pitt, 7:30, Colgate, Albany, Northern Classic, 8 o'clock, Jackson State, Louisiana, 9 o'clock, Holiday Hoops, Sam Houston, Idaho, 9:30, ESPN Events, Acrisure Consolation Game, 9:30, CBS Sports Network, Emerald Coast Classic, LSU, Drake, 10 o'clock, Sunshine Slam, Stony Brook, Loyola Marymount, and at midnight, North Dakota, Hawaii. Saturday Slam too? Yes. I'm just going to do notables. 12 o'clock, Big Ten, Bethune, Indiana. Capital Thanksgiving Classic, Maine Longwood at 1. Resort World Classic at 2. SC Upstate, Nebraska. Cathedral Classic at 2. Merrimack Hofstra. Tennessee Tech, Georgia. James Madison, George Mason. Lafayette Classic, Monmouth, Lemoyne. Urban Bennett Invitational, Southern Utah, Stetson. 4 o'clock, Wildcat Classic, Norfolk State, number 2, Arizona. Emerald Coast Classic Consolation Game. Montana State, Utah State, Ason SoCon, Central Arkansas, East Tennessee State. Capital Thanksgiving Classic, Siena American. South Dakota Air Force, 4:30 Resort World Classic, TBD. Lafayette Classic, Ball State, Lafayette. Cathedral Classic, LaSalle, Penn. 6 o'clock on Peacock, Sacred Heart, Penn State. 7 o'clock TBD at Emerald Coast Championship. 7:30 Fordham, Albany. And 10 o'clock Cal Baptist, Oregon State. Sunday, not busy. 12 o'clock, Lafayette Classic, Lemoyne, Ball State. Cathedral Classic, Merrimack, LaSalle. 1 o'clock, St. Joe's, Princeton. Capital Classic, Siena, Maine. 1:30 App State and UNC Asheville. 2 o'clock, South Alabama, UTSA. Tennessee State, Chattanooga. Old Dominion, William and Mary. Urban Bennett, Stetson, Robert Morris. New Hampshire, Fairfield. Stonehill, Quinnipiac, Yale, Vermont. Cornell, Bucknell. 2:30 Monmouth, Lafayette, and Lafayette Classic, Hofstra, Penn. Cathedral Classic. 3 o'clock Wyoming, number 20 Texas Tech. Murray Sturgis, West Virginia. Northern Classic, 3:30 Fordham, Colgate. Alabama and Coastal. St. Bonaventure, FAU, and ESPN2. Belmont, Charleston. 4 o'clock, Prairie View, North Texas. Longwood American. Citadel Presbyterian. UC Irvine, San Jose State at 5. San Diego, Long Beach State, Bakersfield, Fresno at 6. And Coppin State, Loyola, Maryland. So there you have it for a fun-filled packed college basketball weekend. Now we'll recap the NBA from last night and look ahead to tonight. It's also group play tonight for the NBA Cup. So Wiz over the Hawks, 132-113. Magic over the Sixers, 144-103. And the Lakers over the Clippers, 135-118. All right, tonight, 5 o'clock, ESPN, Pistons Celtics from Boston. It's Group B. My line is the Pistons by 5.25. And it is 2.5 and 231. That's very low. That's fishy. I'm going to lay the 2.5 with the Pistons. Somebody on Detroit must be hurt. Um, 7 o'clock, Knicks Hornets. My line is the Knicks by 4 3/4, and it's 6.5 and 241.5. Totals high. I like the under. By the way, that's Group C. Bucks Heat is also Group C. My line is Heat 8. Or I'm sorry. Heat 6 1/4, and it's 8.5, 237. I'm take the Bucks plus the points. It looks like Giannis might be coming back. Yes, he is. Pacers Raptors. That is Group A. The Raptors already clinched. My line is the Raptors 12 1/4, and it is 10.5 and 233.5. I'll take the over. On ESPN, T-Wolves Thunder. My line is 5 3/4, and by the way, that is Group A. And it is 10 and 229.5. I love Minnesota getting 10. No Jalen Williams, no Aaron Wiggins. That's way too high. 8 o'clock, Grizzlies Pelicans. My line's Grizzlies 1.5, and it is Group B. And it's 3.5 and 235.5. I'll take the Pelicans plus the points and plus 134 outright. No Ja Morant. 10 o'clock, ESPN Rockets Warriors. That is West Group C. No Kevin Durant tonight. My line is Warriors 1 1/4, and it's 2.5, 224.5. That's way too low. Give me the over. Spurs Blazers. My line is the Blazers 3 3/4. That is Group C. And it's 1 239.5. I'm really the one with the Blazers. I mean, Spurs, I just can't see them winning without Wemby and Castle. And then, last but not least, Suns Kings. My line is the Suns 3.5, and that is Group A. It is 4.5, 233.5. I'll gladly take the over. And then the weekend, Friday, all group play. 7:30 on Prime Video. Bucks Knicks, that's Group C. In the East, Cavs Hawks, that's Group A. Sixers Nets, that is Group B. Bulls Hornets, that is Group C. Magic Pistons, that is Group B. Wizards Pacers, that's Group A. 9:30 Suns Thunder, that is West Group A. Spurs Nuggets, that is West Group B or C. Kings Jazz, that is West Group A. All the games are on at the same time, which is awesome. 10 o'clock on Prime Videos, Mavs Lakers, that is Group B in the West. And then Grizzlies Clippers is also Group B in the West. So I love how organized the NBA did the scheduling there. All right, Saturday, 5 o'clock NBA TV, Celtics T-Wolves. 6 o'clock Raptors Hornets, 7:30 Bulls Pacers, 8 o'clock Pistons Heat, Nets Bucks. 8:30 NBA TV, Pelicans Warriors, 9 o'clock Nuggets Suns, and 10 o'clock Mavs Clippers. Sunday, 3 o'clock Rockets Jazz, 6 o'clock Celtics Cavs, Raptors Knicks, Hawks Sixers, Thunder Blazers, 7 o'clock Spurs T-Wolves, 9 o'clock Grizzlies Kings, and 9:30 Pelicans Lakers. Okay, now move on to the NHL. We will go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to today. We only had one game last night. The Stars beat the Oilers 8-3. Tonight we have a lot of games. 7 o'clock we have the Rangers at the Hurricanes. Rangers trying to get back in the mix a little bit in the Metro. Coming off a win. Carolina's kind of been in a wacky spot too. They're minus 94 favorites. The Rangers plus 160 over on their 5.5. Overs minus 122. Unders even money. Rangers plus 1.5 is minus 160. Canes minus 1.5 plus 130. I like the under at even money. Preds Red Wings. Red Wings minus 154. Preds plus 128. Over under 5.5. Overs minus 140. Unders plus 114. Preds plus 1.5 is minus 192. Red Wings minus 1.5 plus 154. That's a hard one. But I'm also going with the under at plus money. Flames Lightning. Lightning minus 184, Flames plus 152, over under 5.5, overs minus 122, unders even money. Flames plus 1.5 is minus 70, Lightning minus 1.5 plus 3. I like the under at even money. Flyers, Panthers. Panthers minus 176, Flyers plus 146, over under 5.5, minus 110 each way. Flyers plus 1.5 is minus 184, Panthers minus 1.5 plus 148. This is a little bit of a hard one here. Both teams have the same number of points. I'm going to go with the under. It's Bravovsky. Blues, Devils. Devils minus 138. Blues plus 115, over under 5.5, minus 110 each way. Blues plus 1.5 is minus 25. Devils minus 1.5 plus 180. I like the over in that one. So I have 4 unders and an over so far. Bruins, Islanders. All these games are on at 7, which is crazy. Isles minus 162. Bruins plus 134, over under 5.5. Overs minus 134. Unders plus 110. Bruins plus 1.5 is minus 184. Isles minus 1.5 plus 148. That's a tough one. But I'm going to go with the Islanders in regulation at minus 105. Sabres, Penguins. The Sabres have been playing respectable hockey. Pens are minus 118. Sabres minus 102, over under 6.5. Overs minus 102. Unders minus 120. Sabres plus 1.5 is minus 165. Pens minus 1.5 plus 210. I like the Pens at minus 118 at home. Jets, Capitals. That's a good game. Caps minus 150. Jets plus 125, over under 6.5. Overs minus 106. Unders minus 114. Jets plus 1.5 is minus 194. Caps minus 1.5 plus 156. I think this Hellebuck injury is brutal. I'm going to go with the Capitals in regulation at even money. Leafs, Jackets. I wonder if Columbus is favored. No, it's a pick 'em. Minus 110 each way, over under 6.5. Overs minus 114. Unders minus 106. Leafs plus 1.5 is minus 265. Jackets minus 5 plus 210. I like the Jackets at home at minus 110. 8:30 on ESPN Plus and Hulu. Wild, Blackhawks. Wild minus 137. Blackhawks plus 114, over under 5.5. Overs minus 120. Unders minus 102. Wild minus 1.5 plus 184. Blackhawks plus 1.5 is minus 225. I'm going to go with the under minus 102. The Blackhawks are kind of falling off a little bit. 9 o'clock, Sharks, Avs. Avs minus 385. Sharks plus 290, over under 6.5. Overs plus 114. Unders minus 140. Sharks plus 1.5 is plus 120. Avs minus 5 minus 148. I like the over at plus money. 9:30, Habs, Mammoth. Mammoth minus 146. Habs plus 122, over under 6.5. Overs plus 102. Unders minus 124. Habs plus 1.5 is minus 205. Mammoth minus 1.5 plus 164. Tough one. We'll go with the over at plus money. 10 o'clock, Sens, Golden Knights. Vegas minus 184. Ottawa plus 152, over under 5.5. Overs minus 114. Unders minus 106. Sens plus 1.5 is minus 168. Vegas minus 5 plus 136. I'm going to go with the over at minus 114. Canucks, Ducks. Ducks minus 162. Canucks plus 134. Over under 6.5. Overs minus 148. Unders plus 120. Canucks plus 1.5 is minus 174. Ducks minus 1.5 plus 140. The Ducks have been a pleasant surprise so far this year. Joel Quenneville. I'm going to take them in regulation at minus 105. And last but not least, Stars, Kraken. Stars minus 125. Kraken plus 104, over under 5.5. Overs minus 115. Unders minus 105. Stars minus 1.5 plus 198. Kraken plus 1.5 minus 250. I'm going to go with the under at minus 105. All right, no games Thursday. Fridays are busy. Actually, no. Oh, yeah, Friday's busy. 12 o'clock, Lightning, Red Wings. 1 o'clock on TNT. Rangers, Bruins. 3:30, Avs, Wild. 4 o'clock, Devils, Sabres. Flames, Panthers, Flyers, Islanders. Sens, Blues. Habs, Golden Knights. Kings, Ducks. Canucks, Sharks. 5 o'clock, Leafs, Capitals. Jets, Hurricanes. 7 o'clock, NHL Network. Penguins, Blue Jackets. 8 o'clock, Preds, Blackhawks, and Mammoth, Stars. Saturday, 2 o'clock, NHL Network. Lightning, Rangers. 3 o'clock, Canadiens, Avs. 4 o'clock, Oilers, Kraken. 7 o'clock, Red Wings, Bruins. Flyers, Devils, Leafs, Penguins on NHL Network. Jets, Preds. Mammoth, Blues at 8. Sabres, Wild. 10 o'clock, Sharks, Golden Knights, and Canucks, Kings. And then Sunday, 1 o'clock, NHL Network. Capitals, Islanders. 3:30, Ducks, Blackhawks. 5 o'clock, Flames, Hurricanes. And 6 o'clock, the Senators against the Stars. Alrighty now, soccer. We'll go over the results of note from yesterday and look ahead to today and the rest of the weekend. So yesterday's results: Champions League: Benfica over Ajax 2-0, Union SG over Galatasaray 1-0, Juventus over Bodo Glimt 3-2, Borussia Dortmund over Villarreal 4-0, Chelsea over Barcelona 3-0, Leverkusen over Man City 2-0, Marseille over Newcastle 2-1, Napoli over Karabakh 2-0, Slavia Prague Athletic Club 0-0 draw, ELC Ipswich Town over Hull City 2-0, Coventry City over Middlesbrough 4-2, Norwich Oxford 1-1 draw, Stoke City over Charlton 3-0, Derby County over Swansea City 2-1, Watford Preston North End 1-1 draw, and Southampton over Leicester City 3-0. Premiership: Motherwell over Hibernian 2-0. All right, Champions League coming up. All right, two finals. Copenhagen over Kairat 3-2, and Paphos and AS Monaco 2-2 draw. Those are the ones I gave out on the show yesterday. Very quick round of picks for the Champions League today. 3 o'clock, Arsenal and Bayern Munich. Arsenal even money, Bayern plus 260, draw plus 270, going with Arsenal even money. Atletico Madrid and Inter. Each team's plus 265, the draw's plus 240, going with the draw plus 240. Frankfurt Atalanta. Frankfurt plus 180, Atalanta plus 140, draw plus 250. I'm going to go with Atalanta plus 140. Liverpool and PSV. Liverpool minus 450, PSV 9-1, the draw is 6-1. Under 3.5 goals plus 118. Olympiacos Real Madrid. Real Madrid minus 60, Olympiacos plus 360, and so is the draw. I'm going over 3.5 goals plus 116. PSG Tottenham. PSG minus 170, Tottenham 7-1. The draw is 4-1. For this one, it's going to be under 2.5 goals plus 138. And Sporting CP and Club Brugge. Sporting minus 200, Club Brugge 5-1. The draw is plus 350. For this one, I'm going to go with over 3.5 goals at plus 132. ELC going on right now. Blackburn, Queen's Park, Millwall, Sheffield. Wednesday, Sheffield United, Portsmouth, Wrexham, Bristol City, West Brom, and Birmingham City. Tonight, Liga MX, 8 o'clock. FC Juarez and Toluca, that's first leg. Toluca plus 105, Juarez plus 260, draw plus 240, going Toluca plus 105. And 10 o'clock, Monterrey, America. America plus 155, Monterrey plus 175, draw plus 230. I'm going to go with America at plus 155. All right, Thanksgiving, we have a lot of soccer. We have Europa League, 12:45 AS Roma, FC Midtjylland, Aston Villa, Young Boys, FC Porto Nice, Fenerbahce, Ferencváros, Feyenoord, Celtic, Lille, Dynamo Zagreb, Ludogorets, Celta Vigo, PAOK Slokina, SK Bram, Victoria Plzen, SC Freiburg, 3 o'clock, Bologna, RB Salzburg, Go Ahead Eagles, VfB Stuttgart, Maccabi Tel Aviv, Lyon, Nottingham Forest, Malmo, Panathinaikos, SK Strum, Racing Genk, FC Vassel, Rangers, Braga, Real Betis, FC Utrecht, and Red Star FCSB. Conference League tomorrow, 12:45 AZ Alkmaar, Shelburne, CSU Craiova, Mainz, Harmon, Spartans, Lincoln, Red Imps, Lech Ponzin, and Lausanne Sports, Amania, Dynamo Kyiv, Rakow, Rapid Vienna, Sigma Olomouc, and NK Selje, Slavan Bratislava, and Rayo Valenciano, Straczynski Mostar, and BK Hacken. 3 o'clock, Aberdeen, FC Noah, Breidablik, Samspor, Drita Glijon, and KF Shankdija, Fiorentina, AEK Athens, Jagiellania, Blastok, and KUPS Kwapo, Legia Warsaw and Spartak Prague, Rijeka, AEK Laranka, Shamrock Rovers, and Shakhtar Donetsk, and Strasbourg and Crystal Palace. And then at midnight tonight, Tijuana Tigres. I'm going to give out a pick because it's playoffs. Tigres plus 110, Tijuana plus 240, draw plus 240. I'm going Tigres plus 110. And then Guadalajara, Cruz Azul. Guadalajara plus 135, Cruz Azul 2-1. The draws plus 230. Guadalajara plus 135. Women's friendly tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. Finland and Austria. To the weekend, Friday, 3 o'clock. This is La Liga, Getafe, Elche, German Bundesliga 2:30. Magenblock, RP Leipzig. Serie A 2:45. Como, Sassuolo. French League 1 2:45. Metzen, Stade Rennes. Dutch Eredivisie 2 o'clock. PC Zwolle and Herenveen. ELC 3 o'clock. Oxford United and Ipswich Town. Women's friendlies 3:30 a.m. on Black Friday morning. Australia, New Zealand 6 a.m. Ukraine, Scotland 1 o'clock. Norway, Brazil, South Korea, Wales, Switzerland, Belgium 2:45. Portugal, Dutch, and then 7 o'clock TNT, U.S. Italy. Women's Nations League, 2:30, first leg Germany Spain, first leg 3 o'clock France Sweden. Scottish Cup, 2:45, Wingborough Rose and Queen's Park, and then Saudi's King Cup, 9:50, Al Khaloon, Al Khaleej, 12:30 is Al Ali and Al Qadiash. Saturday, the 29th, Premier League, 10 o'clock, Brentford, Burnley, Man City, Leeds United, Sunderland, AFC Bournemouth, 12:30, Everton, Newcastle, and 3 o'clock, Tottenham, Fulham. La Liga, 8 o'clock, Mallorca, Osasuna, 12:15, Barcelona, Alaves, 12:30, Levante Athletic Club, and 3 o'clock, Atletico Madrid and Real Oviedo. German Bundesliga, 9:30, Union Berlin, FC Heidenheim, Bayern Munich, St. Pauli, TSG Hoffenheim, FC Augsburg, Werder Bremen, and FC Cologne, 12:30, Bayer Leverkusen, Borussia Dortmund. So, Liga MX, 6 o'clock, we're playoff. This is the second leg. America, Monterrey, Toluca, Juarez at 8. The first one's at 6. And at 10 o'clock is Tigres and Tijuana. Serie A, 9 o'clock, Genoa, Verona, Parma, Udinese, 12 o'clock, Juventus, Cagliari, and 2:45, AC Milan, Lazio. French League 1, 11 o'clock, AS Monaco, PSG. 1 o'clock, Paris FC, Ajax Auxerre. 3 o'clock, Marseille, Toulouse. Dutch Eredivisie, 10:30, Excelsior, NEC Breda. 12:45, Fortuna and Heracles. And 3 o'clock, NEC, Nijmegen, and Sparta. And then MLS playoffs, the conference finals, 6 o'clock on Apple TV. Inter Miami and NYCFC from Fort Lauderdale. Big spot here for Messi to shine. Miami's minus 10, NYCFC's plus 450, the draw's plus 360. I'm going to go with over 3.5 goals at even money. And at 9 o'clock, San Diego, Vancouver. San Diego plus 130, Vancouver plus 185, draw plus 250. This is a hard one. I'm actually going to go with the dog doing outright. I like this Vancouver team. I'm taking them at plus 185. All right, rapid fire Sunday real quick. EPL, 7 o'clock, Crystal Palace, Man United. 9 o'clock, Aston Villa, Wolverhampton. Nottingham, Brighton, and Hove. 9 o'clock, West Ham, Liverpool. 11:30, Chelsea, Arsenal. La Liga, 8 o'clock, Real Sociedad, Villarreal. 10:15, Sevilla, Real Betis. 12:30, Celta Vigo, Espanyol. 3 o'clock, ABC, Girona, Real Madrid. Bundesliga, 9:30, Hamburg, SV, and VfB Stuttgart. 11:30, Frankfurt, VfL Wolfsburg. 1:30, FC Freiburg, Mainz. 8 o'clock, Cruz Azul, Guadalajara. So that's the second leg. 6:30, Lecce, Torino. 9 o'clock, Pisa, Inter. 12 o'clock, Atalanta, Fiorentina. 2:45, AS Roma, Napoli. French League 1, 9 o'clock, Strasbourg, Brest. 11:15, Angers, Lens. Le Havre, AC, Lille. Lorient, Nice. 2:45, Lyon, Nantes. Dutch Eredivisie, 6:15, PSV, Eindhoven, FC Volendam. 8:30, Go Ahead Eagles, FC Utrecht. 8:30, Telstar, Feyenoord as well. 10:45, FC 20 and AZ Alkmaar. And 2 o'clock, Ajax and FC Groningen. Premiership, Celtic and Hibernian at 7. 9 o'clock, Rangers, Falkirk. And 10 o'clock, Livingston and Aberdeen. And that's it for soccer. Now we'll move on to On This Day. Maybe we'll finally see some Thanksgiving stuff in there from years past. And whatnot. All right. 2024, the Dodgers signed Blake Snell. I remember that. That was last year. So this day was a Tuesday last year. 2018, North Carolina hires Mac Brown. Can't believe that was that long ago. 2022, Nebraska hires Matt Rule. He's still there. 2016, Texas hires Tom Herman. That did not work out. 2019, Stephen F. Austin stuns #1 Duke at the buzzer. I remember that. And Stephen F. Austin beat him in Cameron Indoor. 2017, Texas A&M fires Kevin Sumlin, and then they ended up with Jimbo, right? 2016, Texas fires Charlie Strong. So they fired him on the same day they hired Tom Herman. Did not realize that. 2016, LSU names Ed Orgeron full-time head coach. I thought he was a full-time head coach after that. 2017, Florida hires Dan Mullen. 2023, Texas A&M hires Mike Elko. Mike Elko's done a great job this year. 2022, TCU hires Sonny Dykes. And 2018, the Braves signed Josh Donaldson. I forgot Josh Donaldson was on Atlanta for a little bit in his career. So that's it for ASN. ASN on Monday's show is going to be a monster. Okay, news and notes time. Um, there's a lot we have to get to. Brian Kelly officially fired from LSU. Josh Jacobs is playing against the Lions. Dylan Cease signs with the Blue Jays, 7 years, $210 million. That's crazy. Now that rotation's very deep. Ken Rosenthal says that a Fernando Tatis Jr. trade is fantasy, which I agree with. It should be. Marcus Semien says that he has a lot to offer. He plans to be an MVP caliber bat in that lineup. The Angels and Anthony Rendon talking about a buyout as he's expected to retire the final year of the deal is bought out. USF statement on their coach as the team is prepared for every scenario amid Arkansas rumors. Dylan Raiola may transfer as Nebraska's bracing him to test the portal. That's crazy. James Palmer says that Matt LaFleur's job security is tied to playoff success. His seat is heating up, as it should. You went out and traded for Micah Parsons, for crying out loud. George Pickens wants a massive payday. Tom Brady's Raiders frustrations. Minority owner has been disappointed in team's overall performance, as he should be. The Lions bring back Frank Ragnow as he ends his retirement to help the Lions down the stretch. That's awesome. Tom Brady wanted the Chip Kelly hire as he was big advocate of Chip Kelly's. Anthony Davis wants to come back against the Lakers. He has that game circled. JJ Redick hopes that DeAndre Ayton can return by the end of the week. Mike Kafka didn't see Malik Neighbors' post as he downplays criticism of his coaching. So Jackson Dart practiced today. Still in concussion protocol though. The payout of the Lakers sale. Jeannie Buss siblings making over $900 million each by selling stake. And you see that the new ownership's already put in their hand down on the team with some hires and whatnot. Luka Doncic calls out the NBA Cup court as home floor is dangerous after players slipped last night. And Luka also says he'll pay Jackson Hayes' fine. George Pickens deleted an Instagram comment as he had takes on Philly fans. And that's it for news and notes. Alrighty. Best bet brought to you by FanDuel. So, best bet is going to be, this is a little bit of a hard one considering circumstances and whatnot. I'm going to lay the one with the Blazers against the Spurs because of no Wembanyama. So, -1 with the Blazers there. All right, the Fab Five. So, I'm going to begin with, I usually do start with college. So, week 14, college Fab 5. All right, pick number 1. I'm going to go with, some of these are so hard. I'm not touching the Egg Bowl because of Lane Kiffin. It's so hard to bet on these games. Pitt, 6.5 against Miami. That's for certain. Pick number 2. It's just because typical Miami, them to lose that game. I'm going to do it probably for the 4th year in a row. Michigan, 10.5 against Ohio State. You guys knew that I was going there. Pick 3. I'm going to lay 2.5 with Louisville against Kentucky. I just think that is extremely low, and I don't think Louisville's good. So all my picks are coming on Saturday, so that's just a coincidence. I didn't like any of the Friday games. I wanted to take Kennesaw, but I can't do it. Virginia minus 9.5 against Virginia Tech. And the last one is going to be the... Oh, I want to bet Alabama, too. Oh, I know what I like. I like Cal 13 the hook against SMU. And in my money line pick of the week, it's a team I've never taken in the Fab 5. But I have an opportunity to bet on this team because there's going to be a period where I'm going to be out of the state I reside in for a little bit on Friday. And this team plays in my home state. The Rutgers Scarlet Knights against Penn State. Plus, where was that? I thought ESPN.com had the money line for Rutgers. Plus 450 to knock off Penn State. I'm going against Penn State again. And Rutgers needs the game to get into a bowl. The winner of this game goes to a bowl. And just because of the year Penn State's had, I just, it ain't it, Penn State. I'm taking the Rutgers Scarlet Knights for the very first time on the podcast. Plus 450. So this is kind of historic for me with the show. All right, in the NFL, Fab 5. I'm going to do one Thanksgiving game, and that, of course, is going to be the Cowboys of Dallas getting 3 in a hook against the Chiefs of Kansas City. That's enough said. Like, I think that game's close, and I love the hook. Pick number 2, I'm going to go to Black Friday and take the Bears-Eagles over 44.5. Pick number 3, I'm going to go with the Panthers getting 10 to hook against the Rams. I think that line is way too high, and I just think that the Panthers should cover that number. The Jets killed me last week with that over. But the over I will go with on Sunday is the Vikings-Seahawks. Over 41.5. I just think that's low. Seahawks have injuries on defense. And the last pick that I'm going to give out on the Fab 5. The Raiders are just so hideous. I badly want to bet them. But I also want to save for Monday night. Because it's an extremely low line for a team that has 10 wins. And then there's my underdog money line pick in the week, but I don't want to boil it all to that game either. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to save... Actually, no. I'm not going to take New England because I think the Giants can hang around. The Giants, they killed me last week with them covering. The Giants tend to stay in the numbers, so I can't... they're a good spread team, so I can't pick against them. I'll just do it. I'll take the Steelers plus 3.5 against the Bills, and that's also going to be my money line outright pick, plus 152 to beat the Bills. I just think the Bills are in serious trouble in Pittsburgh. Rah, Mike Tomlin at home. So there you have it for the show. I'll be back on Monday recapping everything. Look ahead to coming up Monday. Hope you guys have a happy Thanksgiving, everyone.